Ruiz, one of the VAPA TOSAs for Hacienda La Puente Unified, and I'm here today to share with you this adorable hedgehog project that you're going to be able to integrate some science into, as well as social emotional learning. So let me go ahead and walk you through the steps. You're going to need a blue piece of paper. There will be a black line master of this cute little hedgehog sent to you. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and glue it down to the paper. And then I'm going to add some color to my hedgehog so he's not just black and white. So I'm going to use a crayon and color in his eye because hedgehog's eyes are very dark. And then I'm going to color in his nose. I'm going to press firmly, so we need to talk to students about, holding on to their crayon and pressing firmly so that we can get a nice dark black. And then we're going to teach them how to hold it a little bit softer, and we're going to go ahead and color over the black with the brown because the black is still going to appear to be black. So that makes it simpler, more accessible for our youngest learners. And I'm not going to worry about going over these little pointy parts either because, again, we're going to glue some leaves on there. And as I'm coloring here, I'm just going to make some suggestions. You know your students and your campus best. You can take them on a nature walk and collect the leaves if you've got some foliage out there, or you can have the students bring them from home. It is a good idea, though, to have them working with leaves that are all approximately the same size and shape. So then what I've got here is a plate full of leaves that I've prepared. And if you look at this sample, I used a different plant with bigger leaves. And the reason that I selected this is because it gives us all that layered texture-y effect of a hedgehog's fur and those quills. Now, hedgehogs are different than porcupines. They don't shoot their quills. So I'm going to use some white glue here. You can use white glue or tacky glue. It's up to you, whatever you've got on hand. I just like tacky glue because it's thicker, and I'm using some really heavy stuff to, these leaves are, going to have some weight to them, so I like tacky glue, and it dries faster, but white glue works too. So I'm going to smear it all around. And then what I do is start laying these in so that they're pointing outward like this. And I'm just going to overlap them and keep going until I've covered the whole hedgehog. So once I get to the second row, I'm overlapping these leaves so that I get that layered effect of the hedgehog's fur, or I guess it's not really fur. I'm gonna have to look that up and find out what it is. But we want these to go ahead and curl up. That's one of the reasons that I'm gluing them face down instead of face up, because if I try to glue them this way, they're gonna keep popping out of the glue. But the nice thing is that natural curve makes them swoop up. You can see that already starting to happen. And you just keep layering until you've covered the little hedgehog's body. And I save these little leaves for the small spaces. And, we're working with little, so it doesn't have to be perfect. They're going to do what they're going to do. The idea is that they get the tactile experience of creating the illusion of this texture, and think about how leaves and other things can be used to create the illusion of texture. And you can also, you can use cut paper if you wanted to do that too, but I just thought it would be fun to go on a little nature walk with the littles and collect their own leaves, or have them do it at home and with a parent and bring it in. Either way, they get the whole tactile experience of being out in nature and picking up leaves that they're going to add to their own project. That they take ownership of it better when they've had that experience. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is that once these leaves begin to turn, color, when they, they start to die and lose their greenness, they'll be brown like a hedgehog. We live in Southern California, so I couldn't find any brown leaves, and you may find the same thing on your campus, that, nothing's really started to turn yet, unless it's those big crunchy maple leaves. And the crunchy ones, I discovered, are difficult to get it to do what you want it to do on the paper. So I'm having more success with these that are still a bit wet and they're more supple, so they are more pliable and they're cooperating with me better. So, and then I'm just tucking into places around the ear and in, this last little spot where I've still got some glue. And I just keep gluing until I don't have any more leaves, because I'm trying to create the illusion of texture. It's really not about coverage, it's about the illusion of texture. And I like how these leaves are curling, so I get something poking up at both ends. That's kind of nice. So when I get to this point, I might have to add glue to the leaf to get it to lay down. And oof, I got all kinds of glue on my fingers. Like so, and you just keep on gluing until you run out of leaves. And there we are, there's our cute little hedgehog. I hope you enjoy making your hedgehog.